Welcome, listeners, people, game players, watchers, streamers, buyers,
Gameboiz,
resellers,
any person that has a console.
boys. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Gameboiz. Today we have our mascot, Beauregard. I think he loves our intro music because he got a little
He's
zoomy
hyped, dude.
once
Look
we
at him.
started playing it.
He's doing donuts, bro.
Beauregard, son of General Disregard, on the Gameboiz podcast
He hit
today.
his zoomies, dude. He's on it now.
Yeah.
He is bonkers.
So, as the adopted father of said Beauregard, Mr. William Henderson, how is your day going?
Slow start from the mind, to be honest.
Do you have to warm your car up today? If you're a car, what are you how? Older cars you have to warm up for longer.
Yeah, I'm like my old 1991 Plymouth Acclaim that I had my first car, maroon.
Do you have pictures of it?
Maroon interior. No.
What'd you do to it? Did you total it?
No.
Oh, you're so responsible.
After that, when I got my Journey, and my dad kept the car for a while, and then he sold it
To some dumb fuck.
dumb idiot.
Meanwhile, that thing's
That
probably
guy's dead now.
No, that thing's probably souped up. It was on fucking West Coast Customs. It's got a PlayStation 9 in it somehow.
From the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you can hear, we have our guest, Mr. I don't know if you're a guest
He's
even.
You're our senior Call of Duty League correspondent.
Yeah, you're our field reporter.
Who's also in last place in the Call of Duty League leaderboard.
Technically, I'm in second place,
Oh,
but George
sorry,
didn't
sorry,
even
sorry,
do
sorry.
didn't even do the major, and I'm still in second place, and barely by 5 points.
You didn't do any of the majors?
I thought I
He didn't
did,
lock in his
and
votes.
then when I hit save, it was no.
Buddy.
They don't want me to cheat. I think they know. I think they know my secret. The timey-wimey gods have told CDL that the George F? No.
Well, Will is running away with it. He's 20 points ahead now.
Yeah, but if I did the major, he'd be not walking.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
Yeah.
you should. I said I would honor the points if you added them up.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm a busy man these days. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. I have things to do, naps to take. Dude, naps are fucking key after 30. By the way, just
The key before 30.
no, I agree. I napped a lot, but I'm now they're necessity. I can't. It's like warming up my car. You're 1990. I can't believe you didn't total your car. I don't even want to be friends with you anymore.
I've never told them.
Why-
Never?
Mm-mm.
Dude,
Who totals
I'm
their
sorry.
car?
I'm a
shut
good
the
driver.
fuck up. Both of you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
When I first moved to Moval, I was single. It was a very weird time in my life, so I would take my stick shift Integra. Every time it rained, I would go to the Ralph's parking lot and I would drift
You're so
all up and down it, bro.
dude.
All by myself. There's no one there, and so it was great because
That's what comes from watching too much Fast and Furious and also being of an Asian descent.
Yeah, I got
You're
pretty good at
You're
it.
I think I could do it. I think it's in my blood.
I got pretty good at it. I mean, sure, I had to repair a lot of things unnecessarily because
The brakes stopped working.
yeah, let me tell you, drifting a forward wheel drive car, not easy.
Jesus.
Super hard.
Christ.
A little squirrely
When you
too.
found
Just
out,
do it in reverse.
Yeah. Oh, that's why it's not working.
Yeah. You gotta
Front wheel
whip that.
drive.
You gotta whip that ass around,
Mhm.
and when it's wet, sometimes you do a donut.
Right.
It's
that's
fun.
that's why in places where it snows, a front wheel drive.
Yeah, it's the
vehicle
worst. You
is-
don't wanna
front
be
wheel.
in that
No,
car.
front wheel drive is better.
Oh, and front wheel drive is
Yeah,
better.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I thought it was worse.
I just
No.
hate front wheel in general. It
Nah.
feels inefficient after you've driven a rear wheel
rear-wheel
drive
drive
or
car.
a 4-wheel drive where there's that Tesla response that I don't know is magic.
Yeah. Also,
But-
I've never learned the difference between 4-wheel drive and all-wheel drive.
4-wheel drive, they all rotate together still, but they all have their own movement
Uh-huh.
thing. All-wheel drive, they all rotate separately based on
Oh.
what's under, how they're
Okay.
what their grip is like.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, like rock crawlers are usually all-wheel drive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those things are wild.
Yeah, that also magic. I don't understand
Yeah.
how those things
Yeah.
are going.
I've watched those buggies with the big ass long suspensions, and they're like so, and they're just going up boulders.
Yeah,
I'm like, all right,
dude,
Mhm.
hills steeper than the Spartan race we did, and
Yeah.
they're just doing it with a car.
Yeah.
Like what?
with flat
What?
tires, which is cool because like, you need. I guess it like sinks into the rock if it's
Mhm.
more flat.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really strange watching it happen. It's like
I didn't learn about that part until like maybe a year ago. Like I was watching someone like load up their thing. I was like, dude, your tires are fucking. You should put air in them.
and they're like, no, this is a design.
Yeah,
That's so weird.
Yeah. Later they explained. I was like, oh, I'm fucking dumb. That makes sense.
See, back home we don't have that kind of terrain, so
Yeah.
instead they go mudding.
Oh yeah.
That
Right?
sounds fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just go to like a swampy area and just like douse like a pit of and just make it muddy and then just drive their trucks through it.
You know that scene? You know that scene in Cars where he's
It's
learning.
pretty lame.
Where
That's
he's
cool, dude. I went to a
No.
parking lot by myself in the rain.
It's so hick, dude.
But you know that scene
That's
in
dope.
Cars where he's learning how to like power slide around corners, like in the dirt?
I'll be honest, no,
No,
because I haven't seen
You've
cars.
It's been a while.
Cars?
It's been a while.
dude. Okay. Well, anyways, he learns to fucking power where you got to turn right to go left type thing. And I was like, my dad is the kind of guy that knows that shit. And I was like, no one ever. I wanted to learn that because I'm white. Like I feel like that's a feature I need to acquire in my skill set.
Dude,
Is being able to power drift in dirt.
45 minutes into Tokyo Drift, they
Mhm.
teach you. He's like, you learn it by doing it, bro.
Yeah, but in
The
the dirt,
original
in the dirt, it's
drifters-
different because the dirt is loose.
What you should play is Dirt 2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that game's fire.
it's too
What are
real.
they up to now? Like 5,
Uh,
They have like
3,
Dirt 4.
4?
Yeah. Dirt 2 is dope though.
Yeah, it was really cool.
It was the first
shit.
time I had to like slow down to play
Yeah.
a racing game,
Yeah.
which just seems counterintuitive. But once you slow down and then you put it in the cockpit view, you're like, oh, this is the shit.
Yeah.
Cockpit views for driving games is like it's a whole other level of experience.
Is there a VR version of that game? Because if there's not, there needs
I
to be.
think there is. I don't think it's in 2 though.
Oh,
Dude.
Star Wars Squadrons is fucking free on Game Pass. And it's available on PC, so I'm gonna fucking get that shit. And I know it's VR compatible. I don't have a VR, but man, with that stimmy, I might just get one.
There you go.
Yeah, well, let's kick down. Let's go 3 ways for an Oculus. And
Yeah,
you've
There's
got
a new one.
computer that can probably run it.
I don't
You've
know.
definitely got a
I've
computer
got
that
one
can
that can
run
run
it,
it,
but
but
you're
it-
gonna need a new place soon, so we're gonna figure
there's
out
a thing, and it's better than Oculus. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's like
real
Index.
life. Yeah,
Index or something like that, and it's supposed to be like the best VR right now. Better than Oculus, and better than that whatever's the one that Valve has, and whatever's the one that. Is,
but Facebook
I
money,
can't remember.
bro.
There's like three prime VR consoles, but this other one is like better than all of them.
The
Apparently.
Oasis.
Yo,
Oh my god.
we're getting close, man.
Yeah,
we're
we're
getting
really
close.
not far. I feel like the Oasis is realistic, just an amalgamation of technologies into one input.
Do you think if you do LSD and you do virtual reality, you just like get sucked into the game?
I don't even need LSD for that, dude.
No, yeah,
I
like
for-
with
I forgot-
games like Astrobot, like yeah,
I
don't
forgot
need
who said it,
LSD,
but he
bro.
was like, back in my day, we didn't have virtual reality. You just did acid.
Yeah. Which is expensive, you know. I guess so's VR.
Acid's like $10 a tab.
Yeah, I was gonna say how long do you have to do acid for a PlayStation VR to kind of balance itself out in terms of a purchase?
Yeah.
Because I don't even remember how much I paid for that. You know, I
Probably
didn't
like $300.
I didn't even use Stimmy money. I was just like, you know what I want today? Oh, that was such a hard decision. It really wasn't. I
know it wasn't.
They didn't have the one I wanted, and they're like, "This is all we got." Like, well,
I guess that's what I'm getting.
I'm here, so ring that bitch up.
Yeah.
Let's go through our things because my hit rate is off the charts at this point. Like if you go to my barracks rating for CDL, fucking how many victories do I have? All of them. I am across the board the greatest picker. Sure, the scoreboard doesn't say so, but if you guys ever need to make a wager, you holler at me. Don't even tell me who they played before and or who they play after. Just tell me the two teams that play, because I knock it out of the fucking park.
Yeah.
Who's the first game today we were talking about? Okay, no, never mind. We'll
yeah.
talk about that when we get there.
Yeah.
What did you guys think, by the way, of certain games? I know Stephen Roth had some interesting input for this phase that we're in. What happened? What did they change? Where did they go? What guns are we no longer allowed to use, but too fucking bad because I'm gonna?
So the pro players have announced that they will be GAing the XM4 assault rifle. It is too overpowered. They feel like you can just put all the attachments on it and it just becomes a god tier gun, and it lowers the skill gap. They also, I think, they removed one of the barrels from the AK-74U so that it's not this mapping melt machine that you can use with it. So now the pros are using the QBZ and the Krig 6 as assault rifles. So you usually have two submachine gun players, one main AR who's your anchor, which is they'll be running the Krig 6, and then one person who's kind of in a flex role, which is going to be running the QBZ, which is a fast-firing assault rifle. So, and what we've seen out of that is a shift in the meta. Some players have switched their roles, like Kenny on 100 Thieves is now running a submachine gun with, I think he's running it with Temp. That's his submachine gun duo. So we're seeing that shift a lot with teams, like who's going to be switching to a AR heavy role, who's going to be running the Krig 6, who's going to be running the QBZ. So that just shifted the meta. And then we have two maps that were taken out.
What a nerd sentence.
Yeah, I know. It's a shift in the meta.
It's a shift in the meta.
Yeah.
Bro.
And then the other thing is that they took out Crossroads Hardpoint, which is that snowy map with the 2 points in the back. That map is no longer available. And they took out Garrison.
I like that map.
Fuck,
it is
that
a good map. But yeah, those back two hard points, if you get those, I mean, that's an easy 120 seconds.
Yeah.
So, and they got rid of Garrison Search and Destroy because there's really only one bomb site you could use. And it's the only one they ever went to, which is the one by that exploding barrel. There's one in the back, which is A, and nobody ever goes there because you have to cut through green, and there's no way to get through green because everybody can just post up. So they got rid of that. Instead, they added Express S&D, which is fucking
great.
classic.
Which is great.
Express is such a great map. And they brought in Apocalypse Hardpoint, which is Apocalypse is the brand new DLC map, just came out.
Which is meh.
I heard it. Well, according to the pro players, it is the best hardpoint map to play.
Wow, bold.
Yeah, I haven't played that map yet. So.
I'll agree.
I think
though.
they just say shit. Also, those are just people. It's all subjective.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, Hardpoint on Apocalypse is fun, and it's because while Apocalypse is I fucking hate it as a map. It's a very Nuketowny map, and like. The lanes are very direct. There's not a whole lot of like angling from either side, and a benefit of Apocalypse is it's multi-level. There's an underground, which isn't underground. It's semi-underground, and then there's it's 3 levels, but it's all on the same ground. So it makes for some chaos, but when you put Hardpoint into it, the rotation makes it play beautifully because now everyone's kind of limited to 2 lanes, and now everyone's kind of going the same way, coming around. It's this roundabout of skip kill cam, like constantly.
You want to hold those sometimes, just so you know. Hold your kill cams.
No, I don't. Fuck that. I'm busy, bro.
You got to hold your kill cams so you can spawn with your team at the next.
No, I understand that, but I'm busy. Okay, I get
trippy.
that.
Yeah. You'll hear players say that they'll be like, "Hold your cam," so they'll watch the kill cam so they don't respawn immediately, so that they can try to anchor a spawn and you'll spawn with your team instead of just spawning out. If you just hit respawn immediately, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they time it. But there's not that level of communication in just regular open play.
Pubs, yeah.
In league play, though, I talk too much, I feel like sometimes. I feel like I'm giving away too much information. I'm like, he's a...
So we saw some shifts in the meta. Oh, and we saw Toronto Ultra make the stupidest move I've ever seen in my entire life by benching their number 1 statistical player.
Now, do you think there's something beyond... play like
no
gameplay?
Because so
team chemistry was
if
there
it's a
some
team
feuds?
chemistry thing, that's wild.
Someone just trying to swing their dick
Is
around.
he on drugs? Is he an alcoholic? Did he kill someone?
If anyone's ever,
I like the last one.
He might have killed somebody. But if anybody's ever known Methods or Zinni as he goes by, or Chef Tony as he's also known, he's fucking hilarious. He's a great dude, great vibes all around. So if you're not getting along with that guy, he's not the problem. I think it's because he's the only player on the team that's not from the EU. I think there's a like a brother bond, like UK kind of. We're from England, we're sticking together kind of thing, and they're just like,
fuck you,
fuck him.
England.
Yeah, because I mean, you bench your best statistical player. He's the only player on the team who went positive in his KD across all game modes. Their worst statistical player, Bance, gets to somehow stay on the team. Still did horribly in this series that they lost to 100 Thieves. He was literally 0-6, while the guy that replaced Zinni, Insight is his name, he was like 16-8 or 16-6.
Yeah.
Like he had the greatest search and destroy I've ever seen in my entire life. And I was like, so if you had him and Zinni, they'd be fucking crushing it.
Yep.
Like, get rid of Bance. He doesn't need to be there. He's holding the fucking team down.
That literally made me change my pick. Like, I'm not kidding.
Yeah. I was like, this is stupid. Like, but the kid is frying. I don't know if you watched the 100 Thieves series with Toronto Ultra. It's a great series. That kid is nuts. This kid, Insight, like legitimately, I was like, I'm a fan. But fuck this team for what they've done to my boy Chef Tony. They got to bring him back.
I agree.
Let's speculate more though. Why is he benched? Why?
I think it's just because also his announcement about it is fucking. I saved it because it was fucking great.
What is the most likely far-fetched theory?
It's just probably team chemistry.
Yeah.
And that's usually what it comes down to. Most things is team chemistry.
So at this point now, is he like he's still a member of Toronto Ultra? Is he allowed to like?
Team envious player. Played with him on G2. We were horrible. It's different this time. Next up, we have Draza, current 100 Thieves sub.
That's a good team.
Just really trying to set the pace. And then a guy named Twerk. Don't know much about him. Know he's good at search. We're gonna make it work, man. It's gonna be an adjustment, man. Obviously, a player like me, S tier, top of the class. Unfortunately, it happened again. My parents aren't shocked. It's it's kind of like I have this convo once a year with him. It's just like, happen again? Yeah, Dad. Me. But,
oh my God, bro.
So the first big drop.
So like, I mean, he's a funny guy. He's a funny guy.
He's taking it in stride.
He's taking it in stride. So he's gonna be playing in the Challenger Series. That's what he's gonna be doing. He was announcing the team that he was working with.
So can another team pick him up? Though?
Another team could pick him up, but no, because since he is under contract with the Toronto Ultra, he can play in the Challengers League under his own thing. Last year, this wasn't allowed. If you were signed to a team, you couldn't play in Challengers. You were only allowed to play that team, and the substitutes were saying, well, we're getting no game time. We haven't had time to practice. We can't scrim with the team. We can't play outside of the game, so if we're ever needed as a substitute, we're not going to have any practice. We're going to be garbage. So they worked around it where if you are benched, you can then play in the Challengers Series with any players that you want. So he could be traded by the Toronto Ultra if they wanted to trade him to another team.
Right.
But as of now, he's still with the Toronto Ultra.
Yeah.
But he's allowed to play freely in the Challengers League, which is a good way for him to stay active and stay consistent and still, be warmed up. It's like just going to the minors. You go in the minor leagues. You don't want to just stop playing the game. You want to still be playing. Maybe the competition isn't as good, but you're still getting reps in, and that's what counts.
I wish I'd had sports knowledge in general. Like, I wish I had a communicative relationship with my father like you two.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But like, was he into sports? I mean, I know he was into boxing, but
no, not really. But
so, I mean...
And outside
that wouldn't have helped.
Outside of televised events either, though. Like, there wasn't a whole lot of... Sports is okay at the local level.
Because, like, my dad was a high school baseball coach my whole childhood, so it was just a part of my life.
Is the willy-nilly level of... this guy's bench, he's going to go play for this other team, and he's traded out, and this guy, like, is that kind of drama present in other sports of, like, oh, he's benched, and now he's a free agent, and he can, like, is that what they're talking about?
That's what happened with, mostly, I think one of the most recent ones was the Kevin Durant and James Harden situations where they were like,
Baseball,
I don't want... Basketball. They were like, I don't want to play for this team. This team is so garbage, and I deserve to be on a team that supports my skill level.
You should be able, in that situation...
Fuck that opinion.
It's
so
super
rude. That's so disrespectful.
Well, one, is it disrespectful, or is it knowing your worth?
But if you're that valuable, you should be able to lift that team and create something there.
I don't know, because James Harden left the Rockets, and they've been on a 17-game losing streak since.
I mean, yeah, of course. Like,
you should be able. That's what I was gonna say. You should
He's
be
not
able
a good
to
leader.
One-on-one your whole team, and if you win, you can go wherever you want.
That actually happened with Jimmy Butler. he was like, I'm going to play. He goes, I'll take all the dudes that are on the bench. We'll play against all the starters. He goes, and I'll be the one with all the bench players and against all the starters. We'll see who wins. And he crushed them by 26 points.
Yeah, that's the kind of
And he was
person.
like, he goes, now I want to leave this team. I was like, that's a baller move.
That is a baller move.
I need one of those players on my Call of Duty team.
Yeah. Yep.
I would like them to carry me.
Listen,
through and through.
once Will gets gold,
Yeah, how do we
crushing
talk
everybody.
you into this, William Henderson? Because it is number
fun
2, my most favorite
It's a fun
Call of
game.
Duty of all time.
I
right
really
now.
like it. It's a fun game.
And it's I this is bias aside, bro. Aside, we can get into league play twice a week.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we get our standings. We kind of nurse you, so you get 5 wins in a row, and then we start up right in a little middle. We scrimmage once in a while. You know, we skip podcasts so that we can scrim, and then we play competitively.
Yeah. We start a 3v3 GB team. We start running S&Ds and variants. Come on.
We play Jay Calderon. We smoke his fucking team. That's us.
I
That's us
haven't-
calling you out, bro.
Also, I haven't watched his stuff. I've watched a little bit of highlight stuff, but like he's like legitimately on a pro team.
He's good. Yeah, he's a great
pro,
player.
like a pro Valorant team.
Yeah,
It's
that's
pretty
why.
crazy.
So we're gonna
Yeah.
smoke his fucking team.
in Valorant or
I've never touched Valorant.
Me neither.
Actually, I'm just gonna 1-1 him.
Okay.
1v1.
He sends me clips of his training exercises for aiming, like snapping, and it is fucking mind blowing how good his aim is.
He's really good.
He's
Yeah, yeah.
really good.
Yeah. I've been watching a lot of those fuckers on TikTok. Like
Yeah.
they're just boop 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 boop. I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't. I don't.
Yeah, it's just wild. Like, so shout out to him. I haven't played Valorant because like I'm not big on those kind of games. Like I've
Same.
played CS:GO, but I fucking suck at
Yeah.
it. And like Valorant is just CS:GO with Overwatch abilities.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
and I'm just like,
that's a great
I
way to
can't
put
do
it. I
it.
never thought about that.
yeah, I can't.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of those style of games either.
Yeah, the dot on the screen.
It's so much like flickiness. Like I just don't have that. I'm not good like that.
But I guess it makes for good streaming, you know, because there's a lot of people that fucking love that shit.
It does, and it's that's Riot's like first new game in like 10 years, so they're really trying hard to like push it. But they don't have any company support yet, so all of the tournaments that have been going through have been put on by the organizations themselves. So that's where the money's coming from, but not through Riot specifically. It is a great game. It's a fun game to watch. It's going on right now as a tournament with the VCT Masters with Sentinels and I think it's Cloud9 or something like that.
Yeah.
Some shit. But I mean, it's games like that. That's what pushes esports further is as a game that because it gets like hundreds of thousands of viewers.
Yeah.
It gets people hyped.
I wish I was like those games, those CS:GO type games. They really are different because even I played a lot of 1.6 and the transition from 1.6 to Go is very strange. It's like I know how to play this game, but I feel like I suck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
I watch Valorant and I'm like, I feel like I could play this game, but I have no idea what the fuck's happening.
right? Oh shit!
Because there's more than there's more than one bomb site or more than 2 bomb sites. I'm used to 2 bomb sites. There's like 4 bomb sites.
Yeah, you got options.
Yeah, and there's like different ways to go through the maps, and the way that smokes work in this game are very strange. They could like wall off an entire section of a map instead of just a lane. It's fucking wild.
Have you? Did you play that old? I guess not old. It was indie level, I guess maybe. Battleborn.
No.
It had the unfortunate timing to come out when Overwatch came out.
Yeah.
And it was a similar style game, lane gameplay, point and click abilities.
I think
and
I heard
stuff.
about that one because there was a couple that came out around Overwatch, like Paladins. Battleborn, and I think there was one other one. But yeah, it's
Battleborn was great. They had great dialogue. It was very what is that? Borderlands in terms of the dialogue. It's quick, witty. It was fun. But it was more of a mission based game. Like you and Will would get together and we'd pick 3 heroes and we'd have to go through the map, and at the end there's a boss. I mean, there was also PvP play and whatnot.
Okay, yeah.
But it was such a good game that nobody played.
Yeah.
Like the online died almost immediately.
Yeah.
Queues became 20 minutes at least. Like
Yeah.
we're
That's
talking
unacceptable.
Yeah, we're talking like 6 to 8 months into the game. I had to stop playing it because I couldn't play it.
Yeah.
Right.
Like you can only play a campaign so many times, and this is a game where I fucking lazy ass would wake up early to go play before I went to work.
That's the amazing thing about World of Warcraft is there's always
Always.
a billion people online.
Yeah.
It's fucking insane. Like I started playing the classic version that they have, and I'm like leveling up my character, and I'm not seeing too many people, but here and there, and I'm like, oh, I hope this isn't like dead.
Yeah.
And then I went to one of the main cities at like 9:00 at night one time, and it was just jam packed. I was like, what the fuck?
It's like
dude?
Coruscant in Star Wars.
It's like this is busier than like my main server in retail. It's fucking insane. It's like, how are there this many people?
So here's a good thing to bring it back to Blizzard, because Activision Blizzard last year stated that it was their most profitable year, something like $4.8 billion in revenue, right? They proceeded to cut 190 jobs. Right after
Nice.
announcing that they had their most profitable year, they cut 190 jobs, 50 of which were in the esports division, specifically pertaining to live events. Now,
Oh, well, that makes
yeah,
sense.
now, because they said they're moving away from live events.
That's fair.
Which sucks, because I felt like after COVID we were going to go back to live events, and a lot of these teams that bought into the league, because it's specifically to Overwatch League and CDL, that bought into the league were expecting to get revenue from ticket sales to live events. And now those aren't going to be happening.
I wonder if they can still like host their own. Oh,
Maybe.
okay.
So that's the other thing, is if they will be hosting their own, will it be the production be going through the stadiums themselves? But we're unsure of that. I've talked to one of the host talents. She was streaming, and I asked her this question, and she said everything is up in the air, but it was not a great move, and it made a lot of them scared.
Wow.
So the other thing, so they cut 190 jobs, right? The CEO of Activision Blizzard gave himself a $200 million bonus
Nice.
right after cutting those 200 jobs.
Hell yeah, capitalism.
And as a severance package, all 190 employees got $200 gift cards to Battle.net.com.
Oh,
Talk about the most fucked up capitalist move I've ever heard in my life.
Oh my god.
I want to give them the benefit of the doubt, though, and say that
benefit of the doubt.
that that guy was probably already in line to get that bonus regardless of the situation. Let me fucking finish.
The reason why it was $200 million is because since he reached this $4 billion thing in the last period, he gets the previous 4-year bonuses that he had not acquired for not reaching their quota.
Hey,
He's got a great lawyer.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if that's what it says in your contract,
Yeah, that
that's
was in his contract.
That's on that. Good for him. Like, you can't get mad at that.
He's probably going to
Insane.
retire in a few years.
Oh, probably.
Insane. Now, here's a maybe that might happen.
Dude,
that
I love speculating. Let's go.
is what, like, all right, so they get rid of these jobs, and let's say it's just like temporary. And they're like, we're going to hire new people once we think that we can do.
Oh, we're cutting your job for the next 3 months, and then once live events are back, we'll rehire you.
Maybe
we'll
not
just take
them,
you off the
or
payroll.
we'll just hire someone cheaper that's
Maybe.
younger and newer and fresher.
Maybe. I know a lot of the CDL talent is freelanced, so you're not even signed to contracts.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe that's part of like the restructure. You know, like, make it a UFC level of your whole production is you and like 17 semi trucks.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like, then everything stays in house. Then you can really have that talent. Because like, I think to get mad at something like that, yeah, it's just capitalism. And yes, it's a little fucked up that they got gift cards as a severance package.
They
To the
just give
company.
him money back.
Yeah, because that money's coming back to them.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
It's not. Yeah, that's the last. But that's what tells me, I think, is it's a compartmentalization problem where his contract gave him this level of money. Had he not been able to and could only earn the current level, this probably wouldn't be something we're talking about.
Yeah. Well,
so contractually, that's good for him.
Well, what irks people the most is that 3 years ago, or 3 or 4 years ago, when the Overwatch League was announced, the big thing that the CEO was talking about was live.
Owl?
Owl, Overwatch League. Yeah,
Jesus
Owl.
Christ.
Was that live events in every city, that every organization is going to have a live event where it's going to be international, it's going to be worldwide, we're going to have the World Cups, we're going to have all these crazy live events, and now they're saying that their focus is no longer towards live events. And it's like, okay, so a pandemic hit, and now you've shifted your entire way you're going to structure your company. Even though we're trying to get over the hump of the pandemic where people want live events, they want to go outside. They're like, no, it's super profitable. We have to spend literally no money if we do all of it online. But that's such a disservice to the fans, to spectators, to the organizations that paid $25 million buy-ins with the knowledge that live ticket sales would recoup the cost.
Yeah, that's where you're going to make most of your money.
Yeah, it's in merchandising sales, especially even the cities that would be getting them tax breaks, the parking, the tourism, all of that stuff.
Jerseys.
Yeah, all of that stuff is now out the window because they think that, well, fuck it, it's way cheaper to do it online. It's really fucked up.
Yeah.
And it makes me sad because I was hyped for live events. I've been telling about it for weeks. Like, once these live events
You've been talking about it for like a year, bro.
I want to go to live Call of Duty events, live esports events are fucking amazing.
But I will say, as a consumer, BlizzCon line was fucking awesome.
But have you been to BlizzCon?
No.
Because I have, and it's fucking dope.
It's also like $300.
Yeah, but it's worth it.
Yeah,
like, that
BlizzCon
memory
line was frizzled, dude.
That memory will stick with me forever.
That's fair.
Because you're walking around, it's cosplayers
chicks,
everywhere.
dude.
It's cosplayers everywhere.
Cosplay dudes.
It's
Dude,
you with
those are the hottest nerds I've ever seen. Those guys with six packs, like fuck you, bro.
They only do it for the cosplay.
Yeah. But I'm like, dude, you make a great Gohan. You look fucking yoked,
shredded,
bro.
Yeah. But like, I mean, there's there's stations for you to play the new games, test out new versions of upcoming patches. There's drinks and live events and like all of these different things, and you lose all of that when it just becomes online. It is such a different experience.
I think maybe they just are gonna give it like a couple of years.
I mean,
you know what I mean? Because because not only is the teams missing out and the consumers missing out, but they make a shit ton of money off that too. They have to. They have to. Because
I know that
the
pitch to most of these investors was esports is the future of live spectating sports, and now you're saying it's not the future of live spectating sports.
I think it's temporary. It's because there's no way, because there's too much revenue for them to make in doing live events for them to not do it ever again.
Yeah, it just makes me sad.
Yeah, I agree.
It makes me worried.
I would just give it a couple years, like.
All right.
Especially if you can't do like full capacity, it's hardly worth it for a lot of places.
UFC.
You know, like what is Riverside now? It's like 10% for restaurants inside.
I don't know.
Worthington's was packed to the gills last week,
allegedly.
It's a banger though, man. Welcome to Underground. I agree though. Like,
if it's only 10%, it's like you can't make your money doing that.
I don't know sports and I don't know like live events, but I know business and that, like you said, the fans are hungry. The market is there and it's ripe for the picking. It's just the first one to do it will do it, and it's hard because a lot of the information we get are not. We're not watching press conferences with the CEO of said businesses. Right. It's a quote from a person who was interviewing.
Article.
Yeah, and so it's hard to really say what their intent is, because I would put money that their intent is to do live events right now, but it's hard to draw up contracts or make any real promises because of how precarious, especially in America, how our situation is.
Yeah. Well, if I'm the Toronto Ultra / Toronto Defiant, I'm hella pissed because they just put all this money towards like $1 billion arena.
Right?
Yeah. Like, and you're telling me we can't have live events?
Think about what Vegas feels like. Do we just finish this?
I think that they should, like, individual teams should be able to like have a play. Yeah. And they they play from there. It's only their team there, or invite the other team. If they don't have a place to play, invite them too to play together. Like that should be a possibility.
Yeah. Well, because like I really don't know production wise. I mean, I would imagine that the NBA has production teams that go to the event and film and do all the stuff from the box.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know if there's also a side of that is also owned by the stadium itself, where they have their own production crew that helps the NBA crew.
It's both.
It's both?
It's probably both.
Probably both. I have no idea how that works behind the
scenes.
scenes.
There's probably someone hired for that team to work with the NBA.
Yeah, okay.
You know, not
Yeah.
like that person doesn't like travel.
Yeah.
But like they are like the correspondent with the NBA, whereas like there's somebody also that works like the cameras.
Yeah.
That works for.
Because I was wondering, like,
Because they have other
leave
events.
That shit, like, do they leave that shit there and they just whip it out when it's the NBA game? You're just like, all right, pull out the cameras.
Open closet C through J.
Yeah.
Well, they'll have
What else
other-
are all those doors for? I've
they'll
been
have-
through Stadium and Warzone.
They'll have other events, you know.
Yeah. Like Disney on Ice.
Yeah, exactly.
Disney on Ice. Wow. Yeah, I
And the difference between like your baseballs and your basketballs is that you have to play those sports live, whereas esports, like, you don't have to do it.
Yeah,
Like you can play it online.
Yeah.
So like, especially during a pandemic, as long as that's viable,
Yeah.
you get
I just know
sponsorship money.
I know the
Fuck
pros
it,
are
dude.
they're like tired of playing online.
Oh,
They're
I
like,
believe it.
they're like, please let us play on LAN.
Yeah.
We miss playing on LAN.
Yeah.
yeah.
I can imagine.
I understand the anger to like being kind of locked into long distance gaming and stuff, but I feel like that's just an initial response. Everything's still early, and I think the teams that are professionals and consider themselves professionals will behave as professionals and pivot as needed. Whereas the amateurs who aren't as mature, maybe aren't as ready for a level of professionalism that is expected of a professional athlete, are going to be angry and fizzle out. Because
Bro, they should have bubbled them like the NBA did.
that would have been dope.
They were
as
like,
fuck.
yo,
Yeah.
you're telling me Blizzard is $1 billion company and we can't get our own fucking bubble?
And then make a reality show out of it.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
a solid pivot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, hey, here's these two teams every day, 1v1, like
Yeah.
snipers on. We'll draw out of a fucking hat, bro.
Did you guys hear about? Did you guys hear
Different
about the
challenges.
controversy with the Optic Gaming phase match?
Here we
with
go.
The CDL releasing the 9 minutes of pregame comms between the teams. Did you guys hear about this?
No.
So without knowledge,
This sounds like a
either,
sex tape that got
Yeah.
leaked.
without Optic Gaming's knowledge or Phase's knowledge, the CDL was recording the audio and video of their they're hyping up before the match. They're like, yo, we're gonna fucking shit on these kids. Like every time we challenge, like they're not gonna challenge you, dude. He's shit. He doesn't fucking play this game.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
so fucking nerd. Like the shit you say to your teammates to get yourselves hyped, not shit you would ever say to
Spit on
another.
my dick and
Yeah,
ram
locker
it.
room,
It's
locker room
talk.
shit. Yeah,
Locker
yeah,
room-
yeah.
Like, and they filmed that shit, and they
Oh, it's
released it like
disrespectful.
oh, look at the rivalry. They hate each other. It's like, no, they were like, this is just what we say.
That's fine. I'm not upset by that. I'm okay
Oh,
with
they're
this.
their Optic is filing a lawsuit.
What?
Because it's
You pussies, Optic.
because it's recording without
against
knowledge.
CDL? Oh, that's
Yeah,
fine. I'm
yeah,
okay with
against
that.
CDL.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, because they were like, one, they didn't tell us they were doing this. Two, they didn't tell us they were going to release this. And
Yeah.
three, it was released a month after the match happened.
Right.
And now you're just stirring up drama. It's fake drama. And every
It
other
would've
team was
been-
like,
yeah. If they would have gotten permission, it'd be perfect.
it'd been perfect.
Yeah.
But they were like, because they do like the the funny comms. Like I've seen those where they're like,
yeah.
or right
But they
before a
know
match,
that that's
but
happening.
They know that that's happening.
Oh,
This
see,
one
they
didn't
should have
know.
just put them on contract as as long as you're on camera, we
Yeah.
have that.
Well, and so
available.
that's the thing is that Hex was saying that they were having a discussion, and then he looked at the cameras. He goes, "These fucking things are on." He goes, "We're being recorded all the fucking time." He goes, "Anything we could have said is now open knowledge to them," and so it's a privacy issue.
as far as like their gameplay, their game plan,
Their game
strategies,
all of that
right,
stuff.
Right,
and
right.
so
This is a very New England Patriots scandal.
it's a very like, wow, we didn't fucking think about this type of deal. So
Yeah.
that happened.
Then
They're
have
they're
those
pissed about it.
conversations backstage, and then when you get to your thing, it's on.
It's just when you're sitting, because they have to sit in the lobbies, they have to wait for everything to get set up. So they're sitting there in the lobbies, hyping themselves up before the match. So there's no
That
like
makes
walking
sense to me.
away, and coming
Comms
back
checks,
in. Comms checks,
yeah.
all that stuff.
That makes sense
So
to me.
it was really, and I mean the video was great. It just makes Optic look bad because they're talking so much shit, and then they end up losing the map.
Oh yeah.
But
well, you're just upset because it's your team.
no, I loved it. I actually, when it first
If
came
they-
out, I thought it was great. I
If
was like,
they
this is
won,
cool.
would they be filing a lawsuit?
Oh, I don't know. Well, I just know that they were upset at the fact that it happened, that the CDL didn't tell them it was going to happen, and they were like, "This isn't in the contract.
Right.
This isn't something that we were told was going to be happening."
Can I tell you what I want during? This is kind of a shift, but also kind of similar. What I want during the Astro Gaming listen-in, I want video of them talking. Like I want their video while they're playing.
Oh yeah.
Why the fuck is
I don't
that?
know,
Like,
man.
why do you not
They
do
used
that?
to do that back in the
or
day.
or I want like a little speaker next to who's talking.
Yeah.
Because I don't know whose voice is
There
who.
is a great clip from Advanced Warfare with Optic Gaming where they cut to a listen-in and it has an up-view camera of the whole team when they're getting hyped, and he's just like Formal is like screaming, and they're like getting hyped, they're like moving in the chair, and they're like fucking yelling at each other. You could see them crushing in game, and that's dope when you get to see the reaction, hear the reaction, and see the gameplay all at once. But they don't do that anymore. So
Yeah, I wonder, did they not like that? Did the player like?
I think it's just a production thing where they're like, well, we can't move away from the gameplay, and we don't. There's so much shit already on the screen because when they go to the listening, they have the player things underneath,
Yeah.
and they have the mini map itself.
Well, just don't put
so-
their faces. Just
Yeah,
put
just put
their
the cams,
camera.
yeah.
And their name.
Yeah, but I don't know what it's like because now that they have 4 cameras, if it's harder to place all 4 cams. When before with MLG,
But they already
it was just
have a
one.
camera on them.
Well, yeah, but with the MLG, it was just one cam that you could place with 4 separate feeds. I don't know how you production-wise move that in. I'm not a production person.
I don't think that seems too difficult for them.
I don't think that I agree with you, Will, that it doesn't seem difficult, but I feel like that's what happens when you take cool projects and you inject money into it. Now it's not really about innovation. It's about if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
Like, that worked, but we found something better and easier. And sure, it doesn't give you all the information you want, but we can do this with 4 people as opposed to 6. So I have a
We don't
love-hate
have to-
relationship
we
with
don't-
corporate.
Yeah.
We don't have to pay as much for our upload speeds.
Yeah.
You know, like in the NFL when they do the mic'd up,
Yeah.
but they like tell the player like, "Hey, you're mic'd up."
Yeah, well, they have to put it on.
They have to put it on. Then they're like, but you'll see like other players when they'll walk up, they're like, "Yo, just so you know, I'm mic'd up," and they're like,
don't say the N-word.
"Yeah," and they're like, "Oh, okay," and they'll walk away. And like,
I saw one dude start small talk. He was like, "How's your mama? Yo, how's your girl?"
Yeah.
what a great what a great way to just get people to leave you alone.
yeah. And so, but like, it's so that's what's funny about the Opta thing is they don't know. They're like, so they're talking all this shit. If they were like, "Yo," like, because I know when they go into listening,
They just need to put it in their contract.
Yeah.
Just assume that you're being
Yeah.
recorded at all times.
Because
but
there-
they don't need to like restrict them to like what they're
Well,
saying.
there was
Like,
a pro-
okay,
there was
don't
a
say
re-
racial or like homophobic slurs.
there was a
but
problem when they were doing listenings that
because
players
one
were
of them
getting
said the F word.
players were getting fined for saying "fuck" on stream.
Oh, that's
And-
not bad.
and so-
I thought the other one.
No,
Yeah.
so-
The game is rated M,
Right?
bro.
Yeah,
So
dude.
what they were trying to tell players is that, or what the players are suggesting, like when you're going to listen-ins, like put a little red light
Yeah.
that we know that we're being listened on.
That's fair, but also assume that you're always going
It's
to
gonna
get
be-
listened to.
Yeah.
Because that should be they should put that out separate, like with commentary from
Yeah.
the players. Like
Yeah.
if I could get constant comms,
Yeah.
that would be nuts, dude.
Oh, like like NASCAR events where you can listen to the spotters and
Right,
the crew chiefs
yeah.
thing. Like I would want to listen into the Opticom.
Yeah,
all
like
throughout the game.
MLB, you can choose if you want to listen to like the home team
Yeah.
feed or the away team
Yeah,
feed.
I would love that.
Yeah.
That's what's been fun about the UFC during the pandemic is hearing the corners
Yeah.
and seeing
Mm-hmm.
and watching people not follow instructions.
Well, what was so weird? Yeah. Throw it left.
Take him down. Take him. Stop
All right.
kicking. Stop
Yeah.
kicking.
when I went to my first ever UFC live event, it's so weird not hearing the commentary because it's not like it's playing throughout the thing.
And those headsets
yeah.
suck.
Yeah, and so you
don't
can
know.
buy the headsets
Oh, really?
to listen
Yeah, they
to the
fucking
commentary.
suck.
And I was like, I ain't doing that shit. I'll make my own commentary.
I make my own commentary.
It's
All right,
cool
I
to hear
guess
it live. 'cause
I would hate a fight live because I wouldn't know what the fuck was going on.
No, it's way
You can-
easier.
It's easier.
Oh,
You can
really?
see it.
easier. Yeah.
But aren't you so far away?
No, dude, I was
If
in the
you're poor,
nose.
bro. No,
I was in the nosebleeds.
I am.
I am. I was in the
I was in the
nosebleeds, and it
nosebleeds.
still looked decent. And they
Huh.
got big screens up
Oh,
above.
that's fair.
But
Okay,
like
yeah.
you can still see into the cage. You can see it all happening.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's
fucking
better to
dope.
be a little bit
Yeah.
back so you're above.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, TV is the best viewing experience.
Because
but
with the cage, you have to look through
Yeah,
the
that
cage.
sucks.
But that's why I was like, I'm above, so I don't have to look through the cage.
Right.
I
yeah.
can see the top.
I've
down
never
version.
had the problem of looking through the cage. Let
I
me
imagine
just
if you're
say.
if you're a certain
I'm not
thing
rich.
away, you're like, this is fucking what is going on
Yeah,
here?
where are they?
He'd be like, "Hey, Joe, what's he doing? I don't get it."
Can you yell louder?
You start just, "Hey, what's your Instagram, bro?" Like, just maybe that's what the cage side is for. It's for socialization.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, that's for rich people. It's for
It's for rich people.
celebrities.
It's for Chris Pratt and whatever to sit there and be like, I could do this.
But I'm a
I could do
Christian.
it. Yeah.
So
I feel like the idea of sitting ringside is a boxing thing.
Mhm.
You know, because it's definitely a different environment in MMA when the fence, as rugged as it makes the act seem, there's something that keeps you present and in the moment about a fighter possibly coming through the ropes.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, I gotta watch.
Yeah,
but with
do
the
they
cage,
still put? I mean, obviously not now, but like up until the pandemic, do they recently like put people right by the?
oh yeah, 100%,
That's
dude,
crazy.
for sure. But a lot of times the ring wouldn't end necessarily outside of the ropes. There are plenty of rings that do end where the ropes end, but a lot of times they'll have like another ledge, and it's for like production as well.
Right,
So it's a
right,
little
right.
safer,
I
but
see.
you're still from the viewing angle that 3.5 feet is imperceptible.
Yeah,
So
dude, I for a fight, I wouldn't want to be sitting somewhere where I could get like
Blood on
blood
you?
splat on me. Yeah, dude.
I want to.
That was in I think
wanna-
the Tony Ferguson Anthony Pettis fight, I believe it was, where John Anik was like, I have blood all over my shirt.
That's gross. That's so gross.
Yeah, at least you're not the ref in there.
Yeah.
Those refs get fucking gross.
Yeah.
Like, ew, dude.
And you almost get clocked.
Yeah.
You gotta like stop the round, and dude's throwing a right
Yeah,
hand, and you're
yeah,
like, oh
yeah.
shit.
Hands up at all times.
At all times.
Jesus Christ. They should make the ref weigh in with them. That was hard to say. Just to make sure everything's in the up and up, you know. He's like, because you don't want your ref weighing 125 pounds in a
Yeah, he's
heavyweight
gonna pull
fight.
you out.
What are you
Yeah.
gonna do,
They
bro?
have to be at least like 80% of their weight.
yeah,
Yeah.
in muscle. You gotta, you all have to be Big John McCarthy size.
Who was it? Was it Goddard who like had to choke someone out?
Really?
Not in a UFC fight. It was like in the guy wouldn't get off the dude, and the fight was over, and Goddard like put him in a chokehold to like get him to stop.
That's hilarious.
That's
Yeah.
great.
It's
yeah.
one of those like minor league where the dudes are just like fucking out of their minds. They think
Yeah.
fighting is all about just killing the guy.
What a psycho.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those guys go far. I don't see the drawback here.
Yeah.
Those fuckers, if you don't let them kill in the ring, they'll just kill in the streets. So
Yeah.
let's talk about bare knuckle boxing. I still wanna.
I can't believe Paige Van Zandt's doing bare knuckle boxing. I'm like, your face is only
She's-
kind of the thing that people go for, right?
She's badass.
She is
doesn't give a
badass,
fuck,
except
dude.
Except she's shit. Watch any of her fights. She's like garbage.
she's got a lot of grit. In her.
Yeah.
That's what she's like.
Yeah.
Michael Bisping. It's not all that great, but
No.
she'll outwork the shit out of you.
She's got what they call heart.
Yeah.
Is that what they call it?
You got heart, kid. Not a lot of talent, not a lot of skill.
Yeah.
A lot of determination and heart.
Yeah.
But she's gonna be doing bare knuckle. Listen, they paid her like $3 million. So
Yeah, and probably a percentage of her OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Fucking stupid.
it is what it is.
Would you pay for an athlete's OnlyFans?
No, they're so
No.
like shredded and like gross. Like no, I don't
That's
wanna see
gross to you?
that. Like when they're that ripped, when they're that ripped, it's not hot anymore. It's like you just look sharp and like it would hurt to fuck
right, but
you.
when they're that ripped, a lot of times it's temporary or flex, and when what they look like.
Listen, Michelle
normally.
Watterson 3 months out of a fight, I'll fucking buy that. When she's a little thick, fuck yeah.
What
But
about,
Michelle Watterson when she's a day before a fight, I don't fucking
what about
think so.
weigh-in Ronda Rousey?
No.
That girl's a smoke show.
Nope.
She got like that
Nope.
Adonis belt. Is that what you call it? That
Yeah,
V?
with the V thing.
That
Yeah, dude.
that
She'll break your dick off,
roach.
George.
I'm okay
Yeah.
with it, bro.
She'll
Listen,
break
the
it
only
right off.
the only fans I would buy would probably be Mackenzie Dern. That's it. She's hot as shit.
She's okay.
She's hot as shit.
She's. I think I was talking to you about her. She changed her accent because she lives in Brazil, but she's like from Arizona.
Oh, okay.
So now she has a Portuguese accent. She like acts like she doesn't know how to
Hilarious.
speak English. It's like
Yeah,
you were
that's
fucking
great.
born and raised in Arizona.
And it's like hella recent too.
Yeah.
It's not.
There's a video on YouTube of her like accent slowly changing over the last
Oh,
like 3 years.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, and it's not even. It's not a slow change.
No, it's not a slow change. Like imagine you like moved to New York and in the span of 3 years got like a thick Brooklyn accent.
Yeah,
People would be like, "What the fuck?"
Aaron's gonna go visit Chicago and come back with a Chicagoan accent for sure.
You guys want to go do comedy?
Oh my god.
You guys want to go watch the football game, huh?
Yeah.
Have some beer?
That's good. That's our official Chicagoan.
Da beers.
Yeah.
What?
I forgot
What
that
is-
you're up in that area, so you hear Chicago all the time. You hear some Chicago accents.
Not
You're
really.
from up in the area now?
No, we don't like.
What's
Chicagoans.
Chicago's hockey
don't
team?
Blackhawks.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I was
Blackhawks.
The Black Cock.
I didn't want to say it and be wrong again. You
Yeah.
know, is the Blackhawks there?
Yeah.
Does Michigan have an accent? Because I don't think you have an accent.
No, we're mostly pretty normal. Yeah, I mean it's probably closer to Canadian if anything.
Yeah, it's
if
a
anything,
little. Yeah.
But
the same with Wisconsin and those people. Like, they got a little.
But
bit
I'm
of
also intelligent,
that.
so.
Okay. So you got rid of it. Also, did you do a lot of online gaming where you talk to like people from other states?
When I was 12, I talked to like 24-year-olds.
Because there was a
Not really. I mean, I would hear them.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I had like family from like Indiana, and they would always make fun of me.
There was a
like,
gamer where he was from like North Carolina or somewhere where they had like a thick Southern accent, but he played so many online video games with people from other states that he lost his accent through playing video games. So I was wondering if that happened to you.
No, I don't think we have much of an accent at all.
Yeah.
So
California's got an accent. If you're in San Diego, if you're on the coast, those dudes got an accent.
Yeah, you can pick those out. There's a guy on The Bachelor that he started talking.
You
And
watched The Bachelor?
I watched The Bachelorette and The Bachelor. I started watching Temptation Island. Fucking garbage.
Didn't the dude from The
show.
Bachelor like get fired because he said some racist shit?
Yeah. Well, he didn't say some racist shit. He was saying some ignorant shit to some racist shit. Do you want to know the story?
like he
Good, I'm going to
agreed-
tell
like
you.
he
not
agreed
really,
with it?
No, I really don't.
There,
care.
one of the Bachelorette
Please
girls
don't.
went to a
I
party 2
don't
years
wanna hear
ago
this.
that was
really.
that was. It was a party. I think it's called an antebellum party, and
Okay.
it celebrates before the war.
Yeah.
South before
yeah,
the war.
yeah.
Good God.
And it was a sorority party, and
Yeah.
she took a picture, and it was on Instagram, and then she was on the show, and people went digging, and she left it up on Instagram,
Ooh.
and she took 6 weeks to respond to people being like, hey, you're white, and you're doing this racist shit in 2020, and she was like, that was a long time ago, that was 2018. And so the guy on The Bachelor he's temporarily suspended because he was saying what she was saying, like, it was a long time ago, and she just needs to handle it with grace, and just very ignorant, like.
Oh, that's bullshit.
It wasn't a long time ago.
I think that's fine. I think if you're
but it was 6 minutes of him just digging himself into a hole.
Oh yeah.
and then the network was like, dude,
cut it.
Stop. We can't do anything with you now. So they gave
I
up.
just think black people should. All right, man. All right. Okay.
Just say no comment.
Yeah.
I don't know why you have to be on everyone's podcast to talk about it. Just don't. Yeah. So yeah, I do watch The Bachelor and The Bachelorette.
Can we talk about video games again?
All right.
No.
So CDL
talking
picks.
about
'Cause
Temptation
it's
Island.
almost
God,
noon.
we
It's almost
didn't even
noon.
Get to it.
It's almost noon. So
Jesus
let's wrap this up.
Christ.
Let's get through the picks.
Fucking terrible.
So the first day was Faves versus the Subliners.
I took 3-1 and I picked fucking perfectly.
Yeah, 3-1.
bro.
Perfect.
Same, bro.
Perfect. And then the next
What
day,
did you pick that too?
3-1.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Wait, wow, you're so stupid.
Perfect. The next game I had Florida 3-1ing the Seattle Surge.
You were wrong.
I didn't know that suddenly Surge figured out how to fucking play Call of Duty all of
I
a
know,
sudden.
right?
Where they were, and Skies and Awakening were like, I don't know where my thumbs went.
Did you
Like,
not hear my take about the Mutineers and their terrible name? You should have just went with that.
But we did see a surge from the Surge at the
Fuck
last at the
Did
latter.
you write that in your fucking notes, you asshole?
They won one match against the London Royal Ravens, who didn't win a single match.
Okay,
God
but
save the Queen.
their gameplay got progressively better,
The
and Florida's got progressively worse.
Yeah, so I've said this before, that Seattle is a team stacked with talent that for whatever reason just haven't been able to put the pieces together. And against the Florida Mutineers, they finally put the fucking pieces
Yeah.
together, and I was blown away.
Yeah, it was
They
great.
looked fucking great. They looked really, really good because Pristini finally started playing well, and that's your anchor. Like, if you don't have a guy in Pristini who's he's the guy that smashes the hill with his face. He runs over the submachine gun and he tries to get an entry kill and then get traded out. If that dude is doing shitty, your team's gonna fucking fail.
Right.
He finally popped off. I think he had a game where he went on like a 7-kill streak.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
So
he was like 20-something and 6.
yeah,
or something
like he popped
ridiculous,
off.
yeah.
He played great. So yeah,
And then you have Awakening behind him. That's like
yeah.
there to clean up.
So-
yeah,
So yeah, that's
3-1 was the
3-1.
final on that one. Seattle
you
Surge.
guys.
So George and I both picked that
Fuck
one
you
and put
guys.
those ones right.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Friday,
Give me my almanac back, William.
Los Angeles Thieves versus the Toronto Ultra.
Mhm.
I had. Go ahead,
I was
George.
just gonna say I thought it was gonna be a sweep. To be
Saying,
fair,
I thought Thieves were gonna sweep Ultra.
Yeah.
I had 3-1.
Did
But
not expect a game 5.
it ended up 3-2,
Game 5, round 11.
Yeah.
yeah. TU came to play.
Yeah.
I was a little upset. I'll be honest.
Yep. Same.
I didn't expect them to win because benching methods
Yeah.
and everything.
Horrible move.
But I
Hey,
didn't expect them to put
listen,
up that much of a fight.
No Zinni, no Winnie. They still lost.
I don't think the Thieves are as good as
The
we think
Gorillas,
they
I
are.
agree.
I think.
Well, we found that out during the tournament.
Well, yeah.
You're welcome.
We did find that out. I think they even said it themselves. Their comms have been really bad.
Mm.
They haven't been communicating really well, and they just switched roles with Kenny, so it's a feeling out period. So
Yeah.
we'll see. I still think they're a dominant team, top 4 team for sure.
And then the second game on Friday was Minnesota Rocker versus Paris Legion.
Yeah,
This
Rock-
one went the complete opposite of where I thought.
What, dude? What do we say on this podcast? Is Rocker are not good? Like,
Yeah, I don't know what is wrong with the Minnesota Rocker.
Yeah, me
I
neither.
don't because listen, I had Paris 3-2. I had it.
I had Minnesota 3-0.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think Paris
fucking
was going to
broom
3-0.
emoji, bro.
I didn't think
3-0.
Paris was going to 3-0. Did you have them 3-0?
I did.
Right.
I made
Really?
11 points, bro. I am 100% on this, and I missed one because they got 2 points.
Shit. So, I mean, all right. We knew Paris was on the rise, right? They were looking better as the seasons were progressing. For whatever reason, Minnesota cannot win a respawn. They are statistically the worst respawn team in the league.
Yeah.
They're like, I think they've won 2 respawns across all.
And that makes up
it's
for
their
the
whole thing.
majority of your maps.
Yeah,
by the
yeah.
way.
You're playing 3 of those. So,
and then on top of that, you lose that first search and destroy. Now
yeah,
you're in a real tough spot.
And Search and Destroy is statistically their best game mode and is statistically Paris Legion's worst game mode. So if
Yeah.
you lose your best game mode, you're in a world of hurt now. So, and it's so crazy to me because you have Priesta and Major Maniac who were on the FaZe roster last year who were so good. And for whatever reason, with playing with Attach, who's a phenomenal player, and Accuracy, who's also a phenomenal player, they cannot get the pieces to fit. And it's the same problem that we saw out of the Surge.
Yeah.
A team stacked with talent that just can't get the pieces to fall.
Yeah.
Sucks. Feels
Yep.
bad for them. Considering they have the coolest intro video for when their team comes on. It's so sick.
Well, we'll see.
Yep.
We will see moving forward how they do. Going into Saturday, first game of the
Fuck
day,
yeah, dude.
Optic Chicago
Fuck
versus
yeah.
Paris Legion. I have Optic 3-0.
Fuck yeah, you do. Fuck yeah, you
Shut
do.
up with your pink Optic gaming
Listen, man,
hoodie,
this was for
dude.
breast cancer awareness.
Oh,
Okay, this was a
okay.
limited edition one.
Oh,
all right?
None of the
right.
people that wear that really have seen any breasts, so they're just
they don't
they're-
really
I see
care.
titties
They're
every
just-
day.
On
they're just
mine,
aware.
They're
on
mine.
mine.
They're my own.
On your OnlyFans.
They're my own.
I got Optic, but 3-1. So
Okay.
you know,
All right.
Paris they're gonna stomp the fire out early. They're gonna be, oh shit, hang on, and then
Yeah.
that's what's gonna happen. So
They're going to be welcome to the scum dump, bro.
Fucking- Formal made a good point where he was like, I hate when casters say they got to steal a respawn. What do you mean steal it? You can't just win it. You have to take it from me?
Yeah, like-
the fuck does that mean?
Game 2 on Saturday, Florida Mutineers versus the Minnesota Rocker.
Mhm.
Despite
George, what do you got? Come on.
I'm telling you right now, it's gonna be the Mutineers, 3-2.
I got it 3-1 Mutineers.
I unfortunately have the Rocker 3-2.
Ooh.
But I still like based on how the Mutineers were playing.
That could go either way.
It could go either way.
Yeah,
so
really, that's a really like up in the air one. Like I would probably switch this to a 3-2 Florida Mutineers if I could, but I can't. So 3-1 it is.
there you go.
And the final game,
Of Saturday.
the
Game Fuel marquee match.
Game Fuel.
Double points.
Marquee match worth double points on your Call of Duty League leaderboards. Dallas Empire versus the Seattle Surge. I have Empire 3-0.
Yeah, I know that Seattle looked good against Florida. They're not going to fucking beat Dallas.
Yeah.
They're not stealing a respawn. They're not winning a map like
Yeah.
3-0.
So 3-0. We all agree on these picks. It's either going to be a good week or a bad week for all of us, kind of.
Yeah, we're literally going to move 1 or 2 points.
Yeah. Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
first game, Los Angeles Gorillas
Mhm.
versus the London Royal
That was
Ravens.
hard for you.
It was. I have LAG 3-0.
Yeah.
Yep, LAG all day. Are you
I've
guys
got-
convinced yet?
So I
Are
have-
you convinced yet? Welcome to the purple, bro.
I have them 3-1. London has dropped Parasite. He is now back in the Challengers League.
What?
Yeah.
Who do they got now?
They now have his name is
The
Paul,
George F.
They have Paul X, who was on Wester, which is now where Parasite is. Parasite went to Wester. Wester gave them Paul X. He's supposed to be one of those kids that fries, but I just don't see them beating Los Angeles Guerrillas. It's hard to bring in a guy when you haven't had a long time of practice to like try and beat a team that's literally been playing together for 3 years. So try beating that chemistry. 3-1, LAG, lag.
Yeah, you're welcome, guys. Welcome.
He had 3-0, right?
I said 3-0.
3-0.
Yeah, all day.
1:30 game, Atlanta FaZe versus the Toronto Ultra. I got FaZe 3-0.
Yeah.
They're playing awesome.
They are
dude.
playing awesome,
Yeah.
but TU's is fucking up. They're going to get one, so it's going to be a 3-1.
See, that's the
but
thing.
It's still gonna be
If I
FaZe.
could change this, knowing after what I've seen out of Insight, I would say 3-1 because his search and destroy was fucking insane. So he broke the Call of Duty
Don't
league
try
record.
to buffer your picks, bro.
Listen, man, I have it 3-0. If I could change it, I would.
Technically, I'd be in second place, but I didn't change it. And the final game, the Game Fuel.
Marquee match worth double points on your Call of Duty League leaderboards. Los Angeles Thieves versus the New York Subliners.
Yep.
I'm taking an upset in this one.
Uh-oh.
But what are your guys' picks?
I'm taking the Los Angeles Thieves 3-2
Oh.
over the Subline. Listen, I know I said I would stop doubting Clayster, but fuck, man, the Thieves are just so good.
George?
3-2, Subliners.
Ugh.
I also took the Thieves 3-1.
Yeah.
We'll see.
All right. All right.
That's going to be a big one.
That
for
is a
us
big
in
one.
our leaderboard.
Yep. If I can hit on the money on that, I can get 1 point closer to
Dude.
to Will to being more behind Will.
You still have a chance.
Yeah. I'll only be 19 points behind.
Just take his phone from him for a week. Just be like, you can't pick.
Smash it one
Yeah,
day.
yeah. Just make the internet in Riverside crash.
Yeah.
We're swords and guns only. Are we gonna do live picks? You want to do them later?
I can't even pick next week's.
You
They're
can't?
like not available to me. Are they available to you?
I can see them. Yeah.
You can see them, but you can't like put 3-1 or.
I mean, I
can.
did all of my picks already. So
All of them?
all the way to week 3.
What? Yeah, I can't even like do mine.
See, it's not just me. This site fucking sucks. Okay.
I think it's fine. Everything's working for me.
Hey, asshole.
Can you adjust
Yeah.
that week's?
Yeah.
That's so weird. I wonder if I have to do
You might have to sign out and
log
sign back in.
out.
Yeah, there's been some issues here.
No, I'm going to wait because I want to see.
I'm gonna wait because I want to see how the teams play
Yeah.
out before I start talking about this one.
I'm
I mean,
not
I can
going to
give you-
change my picks.
All right, I can give you my prediction between Thursday and Friday before we get back to Saturday. I'll give you my predictions for those.
Okay.
So Thursday, because we've got Empire versus Legion. That's a 3-0.
Now I feel like I have to.
This is a 3-0.
I hate you.
That's a 3-0 all day. Dallas Empire. over
Okay.
Legion.
Optic Rocker.
Optic Rocker. Optic 3-0
Okay.
all day, every day. And then Friday, Thieves versus Ravens. That's a 3-0 all day, every day. And then Subliners versus Gorillas. I got that 3-1 Subliners.
Why? Dude, did I not convince
I
you
can't.
already? Come on, bro.
I doubt Clayster too much. He is a 3-time world champion. He's playing with 2 substitutes. Also, their French phenom is now in Texas, but they will not be playing with him. He's the substitute as of now. He is not in the main lineup. But I was watching him play some Pro 8s yesterday, and that kid fucking fries. His name is Paco.
Paco the Mule.
Which also, how many fucking dudes in Paris named Paco? I feel like that's a Spanish name.
Probably. Maybe. I mean, that's
All right.
like how many French dudes are black? A lot of them, but
Oh, yeah.
you don't think about it.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, my picks for Thursday. I got Dallas 3-1 over the Legion. Optic 3-0 over Rocker. Thieves 3-2 over Royal Ravens. And then the Subliners over the Gorillas 3-2.
Get shit on, George.
Okay, I got Dallas 3-2, Optic 3-0, Thieves 3-1, Gorillas 3-0.
Wow.
Wow.
That's bold.
Yeah. Has my picks been nothing but bold? Let's
Yeah,
be
and then you
honest.
keep fucking getting them right, so fuck you, I'm out.
Podcast's over. I'm never doing this again.
Never doing it. I'm never coming back.
Before we wrap up, I did want to let you know what was going on, William Henderson, in the game world of PlayStation and their free games. Over the next couple months, they do have some interesting titles, a lot of good ones. They have Abzu, they have Enter the Gungeon, Res Infinite, Subnautica, The Witness, Astrobot, for those of you that haven't played it and have a VR,
So
fucking
good.
play the shit out of that game. Moss, interesting. If you get stoned,
Ooh, I'll get that one.
Moss
because
is fun. gets super lit though because it's a story.
Yeah.
Thumper, Paper Beast, and next month Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh.
And I'm shocked that I haven't played this game. I meant to. It passed me, but come on, giant ass robots and dinosaurs and a bow and that's
I believe
up
it's
my
on
alley.
PC as well now, right? Horizon Zero Dawn.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta try that game out. I've seen trailers and gameplay. It looks fucking great.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be playing
It's
a
got
lot
a
of
lot
Horizon.
of awards.
It's fucking so good. And then also Sony's offering Ratchet and Clank free of charge until March 31st.
Oh, I'm gonna get that.
so
too. I've never played a
it's
Ratchet
so
and Clank.
fun. And this one is they play with the idea of a remaster versus a reboot as well, kind of the way Kevin Smith did in his new movie. And it's interesting because it's both of the original Ratchet and Clank game. It's like almost a retelling of the story, but you're replaying the story. A lot of the items are in the same places, so it's fun. I had a great time with it. The bosses are difficult, though. Well, the last boss, it took me like a week. It felt like one of those arcade games where you're like, all right, I'll try this tomorrow. I can't fucking do this.
Me with Devil May Cry.
And me with every Capcom game, dude. Stop making your game so hard, Capcom. It's fucking rude, okay? William Henderson is going to spend his money on Cold War at some point. Come on, dude. Come on. It's so fun. We'll play in the morning.
Dude, I barely have time to play games as it is.
I know.
That's true. I mean, the only time I play games is when my girlfriend wants to play Destiny.
You guys suck.
I'm trying to play.
know.
I'll get on. I'll go.
I know, but we have such opposite schedules. We
I
got to play in
know.
the morning, bro.
I know.
And
We do.
I'm trying to get REM and deep sleep and shit. Like, I'm barely keeping it together. If I'm
Just
being
put on
honest.
REM and it's almost the same effect.
All right. Well, where can people find you guys? Where can they hear about you or read about you bitching about my picks? Let's go.
You can find me on Twitter on XWROTH. You can find me on Instagram, XWROTH_. That's where I'm going to be posting shit.
I am at One-Eared Elephant with an F everywhere.
I am at the George F everywhere. We are at the Buddy System Co. everywhere. If you need more shit, you know where to go. www.thebuddysystem.co for everything. Comedy's back. More things in the works. We got shit playing. Talk to you later, guys.